And AHumbleSoul, we checking back in, taking it to Memphis, man. Wanted to report on Stupid Duke, one of the faces when it comes to young mob. They have a reputation in the streets, but they also have artists tied to that collective as well. Probably the most popular right now is BEO Lil Kenny, but in the past, OG Boo Dirty was really holding the flag for young mob. Stupid Duke is somebody else, man.
Flashing blue lights, crime scene tapes surrounding a Harbortown shopping center, an unfamiliar sight on a busy Saturday night around dinner time. Around 7:30, officers showed up after getting word shots were fired inside Tug's Casual Grill. When police arrived, they found two off-duty out-of-state officers inside the restaurant. While clearing the building, they heard a loud crash, discovering a man had fallen through the ceiling of the kitchen. In a report, police referred to him as both a victim and a suspect. He was detained, telling investigators he was on a date, eating with his girlfriend on the front porch of the restaurant when a black car pulled up. Two people got out and chased him into the restaurant. He went into the bathroom and climbed into the ceiling, trying to escape. Detectives located a gun in the bathroom along with 22 spent shell casings next to the weapon. Two men were seen taking off in a black Nissan Maxima. Minutes later, one of the suspects was dropped off at a nearby fire station, later dying at the hospital. Police called the case an attempted robbery.
On Saturday, May 13th, 2023, at around 7:30 p.m., officers responded to an attempted robbery and shooting at Tugs. According to reports, Stupid Duke and a couple of his homies, one named Paul Nelson, another named Rodnick Winston, hopped out strapped and attempted to rob Tripstar, another Memphis rapper. Tripstar was actually at Tugs, man, sitting outside on a date, just enjoying some food. Shots was let off. According to reports, Tripstar, he let off some shots as well. He returned fire during the whole incident. For what I understand, they chased him inside the restaurant, man. Police found more than 20 shell casings, all together. Stupid Duke and his two homies, they hopped back in the whip and drove off. They weren't able to rob him. But minutes later, they stopped at a fire station and dropped Rodnick Winston off. He had been hit during the whole situation. He was transported to the hospital where he was pronounced deceased from his gunshot wounds. But Stupid Duke and his other homie Paul Nelson, obviously they got away because after that you still see Stupid Duke doing music. You see Stupid Duke in the interviews, all of that, man, on social media. But news recently broke in July of 2024 that 15 members of Young Mob were indicted, by the feds. And Stupid Duke, he was at the top of the list, according to reports. Stupid Duke in particular, he was charged with conspiracy to distribute fentanyl, over 500 grams of meth and marijuana. He was also hit with possession of a firearm in relation to drug trafficking, and being a felon in possession of a firearm. That was in July, and a month or so later, it's revealed that he was one of the people involved in the shooting at Tugs, that involved Tripstar, which made the news and all of that. And in that situation, Stupid Duke, he's being charged with attempted first-degree murder, employment of a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony, conspiracy to commit first-degree murder, and reckless endangerment with a deadly weapon. It's not looking good for him. On the Fed side, it's saying that, with the charges he's been hit with, if convicted, those hold mandatory minimums, like the conspiracy to distribute fentanyl charge that he's hit with. That's a mandatory minimum of 5 years or 10 years in prison, depending on the amount distributed, and a maximum penalty of life in prison. As well as, the charge that he's hit with, saying that, he possessed a firearm, and while he was trafficking drugs, he faces a mandatory minimum of 5 years in prison and a maximum penalty of life in prison for that. But that's what it's looking like for Stupid Duke, man. If you messing with the content, hit the like button, man. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so ASAP. Until next time, I'ma holler at y'all. 100.